Hey everybody, David Nunez here. I want to ask you a simple question. Have you ever been frustrated with no-shows? Or what about people that have said that they were going to join your team and then you don't hear from them ever again? Well, stay tuned for some simple tips on how to be able to minimize that and how to be able to build your business with fun and excitement all over again. So think about this. Have you ever seen a dentist chase after its patients? No, right? Because dentists know one simple secret. They know that if the pain is strong enough, you will actually go chasing after them. And that's the mindset that we have to develop here as professional network marketers. We have to understand that there's some people out there that the pain is so strong that they want to do something about their life and they want to change their life right then and there. But there are going to be some people that maybe the pain isn't as strong and maybe they want to wait weeks or months or sometimes maybe even years, and that's okay. Because guess what? We're going to need consultants. We're going to need new team members a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years down the road. So it's okay if not everybody says yes to the opportunity up front. Our job is to be able to look for people that have two characteristics. Number one, they have a need. And number two, they're open. Because how many times have you seen people that you know they have a need? You know they're struggling. You know they need money. Right? They have that need, but they're not open. They keep saying it's a scam, it's a pyramid, and you're going to go to jail. And then they're not open to the opportunity, and they don't get started. Well, what about people that are open to the opportunity? Right? They're positive, they're open, but they don't have a need. Maybe their bills are paid for. Maybe they don't have, they don't need for money. So they're not really, the pain isn't that strong. So they're not looking for change in their life. They're comfortable where they're at. Those people won't join you either. But when you look for people that have a need and that they are open to the opportunity, that's what's going to help you build your business and skyrocket your prospecting and your sponsoring rate. So one of the tips that I want to teach you guys is that you got to focus on people that have a need and people that are open. So how are you going to be able to know if someone has a need? Well, simple. You have to just pay attention. When you're paying attention to people, you'll hear things like, I wish I had more money. I wish I had more time. I would like to spend more time with my kids. Oh, Christmas is going to kill me. I have a huge credit card bill coming up in January that I have to pay for all the Christmas gifts. Different things like that are ways for you to be able to identify that they have a need. So now your next step is to find out if they're open. And how you do that is very, very simple. If someone is saying, for example, you know what, I'm living paycheck to paycheck, right? They have a need. So I would go up to them and I'd talk to them and I would say, hey, you know how most people are living paycheck to paycheck nowadays? And they would agree with me because that's a true statement. They'd say, yes, I do. Well, would it be okay if I showed you a way to make an additional income working part-time without interfering with what you currently do? Would it be okay? And then they'll say, you know what? Yes, that would be great. How does that work? Then you set up a time to be able to show them the opportunity in a more professional environment, whether it be in a live business presentation or a one-on-one or an in-home meeting. But you want to make sure that you set the appointments and you want to make sure that you are looking for prospects, people that raise their hand and say, I'm right here. I'm looking for a change. What do you have to offer? Because I promise you, there's a lot of people out there that are looking for that, especially right now, going into the brand new year. Everybody has that new year, new me mentality. Everybody's looking to lose weight. Everybody's looking to make more money. Everybody's looking to travel, go on their first vacation, increase their savings. Everybody's looking for all of that. So right now, it is a perfect time to be able to increase your prospecting numbers and being out there and talking to more people. So tip number one, look for people that have a need and look for people that are open. Tip number two is come up with some simple invitations. Remember, all we're doing is inviting people to take a look at the opportunity. Focus on solving problems, not selling, okay? Because people love to buy. You want proof? Go to your local mall. I guarantee you that 95% of the people in that mall are living paycheck to paycheck. But why are they still shopping? Because they love to buy. But people hate to be sold. They don't want to be convinced into anything. So we're not trying to convince anybody to join our business. We're focusing on solution selling. We're focusing on solving people's problems. So when you're out there talking to people and you hear people say something like, I don't have enough time. I don't have enough money. My credit cards are going to be off the wall because of Christmas. I need to pay off some debt. Things like that. Those are daily human needs that we can go out there and help and show them a way out with our Ambit opportunity, right? So you have to look for areas where you can be a solution, where you can focus on solving people's problems. And the more problems you solve, the more money you're going to make. Even when you're looking for customers. If you have a customer that has a high electricity bill and you focus on solving their problem so they can pay less for it or even get it for free, guess what? You're going to have a customer for life. You're going to have a customer that's going to sign up with you because they know that you didn't try to convince them to become a customer. They know that you were really focusing on their best interest in mind and focusing on solving their problem. And if you focus on solving their problem and pay less for their energy bill and even show them a way to get it for free, guess what? They're going to want to become your customers. So you're going to have a much better chance of enrolling customers that way. And lastly, you always have to have a prospecting mindset. Okay? It just amazes me, over the years when I see consultants that say, you know what, I haven't had success. And then I ask them the magic question, well, how many people have you talked to? And their answer is always none. Because the thing about it is most people think that, prospects are just going to fall from the sky. And that's not true. Prospects are everywhere. We have prospects all around us, but it's our job to be able to convert those prospects into customers and consultants. And the way we're going to do that is, again, going back to step number 2 and step number 1 is focusing on solving their problems and looking for people that have a need and they're open-minded. They're open to change. The pain is so strong that they want to change that right then and there. I'll give you a perfect example. On Christmas Eve, my wife and I were actually shopping at Walgreens, at our local Walgreens down the road, and the customer right in front of us was at the checkout, and I was, listening to their conversation. They were standing, 1 foot in front of me, and one of the things that I heard the cashier say is, I want to be out there where the action is at. I actually have 2 jobs. I was off from my other job today, so I came in today on Christmas Eve to put in extra hours to make more money. So right there, that tells me that that lady is a hustler. She wants to make money. She needs to make more money. She has 2 jobs. And even though she was off from one on Christmas Eve, she went into work at her other job to be able to make more money. So those are the type of people we're looking for because they're open-minded and they obviously need something different because they're working on Christmas Eve. Most people don't like to work on Christmas Eve. But if she's there working on Christmas Eve, that shows that she needs that extra income. So when it was my turn, I said, hi, how are you? She said, I'm doing great. How are you? I'm doing wonderful. Hey, I couldn't help but overhear you say that you wanted to be out there where the action is at. Let me ask you a simple question. Have you ever considered making more money on a part-time basis off your phone if it didn't interfere with what you currently do? And she said, how does that work? I said, you know what? I would love to give you some information, but I know there's a long line right here. So why don't we do this? Let me give you my phone number. You give me yours and we'll talk sometime after the holidays. So that way I can show you exactly what I do and maybe see if this is a right fit for you or not. Simple. To see if this is a right fit for you or not. You'll have to detach yourself emotionally from the outcome. In other words, if they join you, great. If they don't join you, fantastic. It's okay. There's more people out there that we can go out there and serve. So in closing, remember, you want to focus on people that have a need and are open. Tip number 1. Tip number 2 is you want to focus on solving people's problems, right? Not focus on selling anybody anything. You want to become a professional problem solver. And tip number 3 is always have a prospecting mindset. You always have to be looking for somebody or having your ears open for the next person that is silently saying, hey, I'm right here. I need some help. Because a lot of the best people on my team have come through just keeping my ears open and just paying attention to people's needs and wants and desires. And if you focus on helping other people get what they want, you can have anything in life that you want. That's the beautiful thing about this business. So you just focus on helping enough people, serve them, help them grow, and you can have anything that you want. So God bless each and every one of you, and thank you so much for taking time to watch this short video. I pray that it's a blessing for you and for your business in 2020.